is the Institute of Kidney Diseases and Research Center in Ahmedabad. It is commonly known as the Civil Hospital, a place now home to thousands of kidney patients of different origin, race and culture. They have come here from all over the world. The main reason they came here is because of lack of access to proper or affordable health care in their respective countries, which they need most. A visit to this hospital brings out the reality of the kidney disease as a growing concern. The less fortunate are the biggest losers. Unlike the case in our local hospitals in Kenya, where money talks, this group comes for dialysis at night. And here's the catch: they get it free of charge. Because they cannot afford to pay the relatively modest cost of 2,800 shillings charged per every session of dialysis. Don't compare that with the cost back home. The issue here is that despite their financial challenges, their right to live overrides everything else. If you were to compare these with, for example, Kenyatta National Hospital, where it goes for 7,500 shillings a session, and patients have to undergo 2 sessions, meaning 15,000 shillings in 1 week.
They seem to be working towards making money than towards helping the patients to get healed.
For many years, many kidney patients, particularly in Kenya, have suffered, led miserable lives, and finally die in pain after struggling with different forms of kidney diseases for a long time. But underneath this building lies a story of hope, determination, and the undying urge to help these patients face a brighter tomorrow. From cleaners to nurses to surgeons, all going the extra mile to help these desperate patients to face a bright tomorrow by giving them the best services they can. But the question one may ask is, what drives these kidney patients to this hospital?
Doctors here are very serious with their work, very serious. You are always having a doctor nearby, any time of the day, any time of the night. He's just there checking on you.
The hospital has given hope to hundreds of Kenyan kidney patients, both young and old alike. Hope that their own mother country could not provide them.
Some doctors are too expensive. Consultation in Kenya becomes very high, and when a patient is told you have kidney disease, they just give up.
When patients get admitted at Civil Hospital, they do not undergo kidney transplants immediately. They have to stay at the hospital for a minimum 3 months. During this period, the medical practitioners carry out a thorough test on the patients to identify the exact kidney ailment the patient is suffering from. During those checkups, plenty is unearthed about the patient's condition. Some of the revelations are shocking, others worrying, even horrifying. Yet, the same test carried out back home did not bring out those results. Maybe that is why these medics do not depend on test results carried out in Kenya. Meet Joram Chege. His story is one that touches even his fellow patients. For several years, Chege has been in and out of various hospitals in Kenya.
I had an operation to remove the gallbladder since it had some stones in it. In Kenya, I had been tested, no doctor had seen that problem. And according to doctors here, even if I got that operation with the gallbladder, with those stones, we could have done nothing.
This is probably another of the many reasons that kidney patients will go to India to seek that much needed treatment. Maybe they also just need that second opinion. This is the only hospital in the world that offers stem cell transplantation to kidney patients before they undergo any kidney transplant. Stem cell is where the kidney patient is given tissues from the donor. This helps the body to easily accept the kidney and not reject it. 78-year-old Dr. H.L. Trivedi is the man behind this great idea that makes this hospital unique and stand out among others of its kind in the world. He has managed to give hope to thousands of people, the majority who come from less fortunate families. The overwhelming number of kidney patients from Kenya drove him to visit Kenya and find out what causes the mass exodus to India.
And after going there, I was just trying to study the groups. How do these people who do dialysis interact with patients? How do the patients interact? In fact, we have transplanted some of the technicians there also, who are insiders. Overall was disappointed because the patient's interest was not looked after. Doctors looked after their interest, politicians looked after their interest, medical business people looked after their interest, while a patient was not in the center of a theme.
After his tour to Kenya, he offered himself to help ease their burden, especially in dialysis. Ironically, what followed was the worst he ever expected.
Local doctors don't like me or my things because they feel threatened. They feel threatened with my presence. They make a lot of money out of their care. And therefore, where does a patient go? There is no support. There is no support for the patient.
But on the other hand, Dr. Bashir Admani, a pediatric nephrologist, says that lack of enough information among kidney patients in Kenya is what is leading them to other countries to seek medical attention.
Probably lack of information of what we can do in this country. Number two is that we don't do as many as we should. Okay? But once the patients are informed and we start doing them here, then both those problems can actually be sorted out.
Many homegrown medical institutions no doubt are heavily commercialized. And there is the growing concern that many medics are abandoning their call and professional ethics and instead going for the money.
The government has not given serious consideration on healthcare. It has left the healthcare in the hands of private dealers, like now private hospitals, private doctors.
But where did Kenya go wrong? And is there any way that the country can try to solve these?
There are three kinds of transplants. There is living related, there is emotionally related, and obviously the third one is a cadaveric. For us guys in this country, unless we change legislation, cadaveric we cannot do it because all those kidneys are going to waste.
Do you need to do something about
Definitely, we need to push the government to actually push this legislation so that we can change and we can have those organs available for transplant, because that would reduce the burden remarkably on us.
The ball is squarely in our court. We need a solution for the sake of a healthy nation, for the sake of present and future generations. Join me, Agnes Gakunga, in the third part of Passage to India as I highlight how Kenyan kidney patients go through as they await their appointment with the surgeon while at the Institute of Kidney Diseases and Research Center.